Hi guys. So last night I found a piece of writing that I had got from my guides in 2020, and I was just discussing it with my sister, and she said, "You should put that on YouTube. That's got value." So here we go. So Wednesday, the 6th of May, 2020. Dearest DNA, what is it that you wish to share with humanity today? We wish to speak of economy and what that word means, and what the word economic means. These are troubled times for many earthlings. And what do they make of their current state? What do they see as economic? What needs to change in their daily lives when it comes to what you term monetary exchange? And what will you be exchanging? You as earthlings get paid with paper and metal in exchange for your time. But this paper and metal by itself, it cannot feed you or house you. You exchange the paper and the metal for commodities, and then you pass that paper and metal onto another. We feel that a bartering system will do your world economy a lot of good. So let's look at what you have that you could barter with. What do your friends or families have that perhaps you need, and what can you give them in return? Perhaps your elderly parents have a good crop of vegetables that they could care to share with you and your family. In exchange, perhaps you could share a few meals with them and give them your time. Perhaps you have a skill that another does not. On your devices, many wish to learn new skills, and those who need your skills may be adept at a machine called a sewing machine, so you could exchange one skill for another. And has your time been used economically in the past? And to whose advantage? If you look at all your human possessions, how many are there that are necessary, and how many are there for showing off? The times now are for getting rid of possessions, meaning to use them as a bartering tool for those that have the means to purchase them, so that you can then buy the commodities that are necessary to feed and house yourselves and your families. There are many what you term plastic toys that have been produced en masse for your children. And where are they now? Now is the time to replace the plastic and the filling up of the landfills with the said plastic, to rather filling up each other's hearts with experiences given through your time and your energy. Maybe a baking lesson, a picnic, a walk in the park, time together, the building of a special toy, perhaps a wooden truck made with love from the father or the grandfather for the son, with the son watching so they too may learn. These gifts are gifts that are lasting. They won't land in a landfill, and they do not require to be replaced with batteries to energize them. But the energy will come from your small humans as they make the sound of the truck as they push it through the dirt. The economy and the lack of a good economy can actually bring many people together and teach many lessons of what it is that humanity really requires. We feel that humanity has moved so far off its compass that it's actually forgotten what truly holds worth. It's much to think about. in these coming months and years? For we say you are not out of the woods yet. We spoke through this one to a lady who needed to find her purpose in life, and she was shown how to propagate plants as a living and to teach others the importance of this very ancient practice. We encourage you all for your future economy to, where possible, invest in seeds, spades, forks, trowels, and rakes. Because now is the time to be as self-sufficient as possible and learn where your food comes from. And as we mentioned in a prior listening, human needs are very small, but their wants are many. So we would like you each to take stock and see where you are overstocked. Are you able to go through a season without a new item of clothing, a new pair of shoes, new adornments? These do not define your spirit, your essence does. You who are listening chose to be here at this time of ascension. You knew this task, this time round, would be a hard task, yet you accepted the challenge for your evolution. Time on earth is so fleeting. This will be over, like all the other centuries, and it'll be part of your earthly history. And before long, you will return to the all that is. And what will you say? How will you describe your adventure on earth? What part would you have played? This one reading this has now realized there are no victims, for we have shown her through her hypnosis regression sessions that she holds, that she knows and holds that all is chosen. So you have all chosen to this time to experience what it's like to be human with adversity in place. No one to blame, no government to hold to account. For did you not all vote them in? If you didn't vote them in, others did. They got the majority. And let us ask, how are those systems pleasing you? Do they serve your needs? And if not, how do you wish to change them? For after this time, your needs will have changed, and your values, like your needs at times, need to be looked at. And that is why we say this is a time for stock taking. This is your adventure of one lifetime. So what or who do you wish to assist at this time? Do you wish to assist mankind? What can you do to make a difference to the system, to a new world, to a new way of being? For the old can no longer accommodate the new energy that's been brought through to us. This is a time for the new and out with the old systems. This is a time to be realigned to what holds importance in your lives. We saw many families spending time with each other, listening to the laughter, having time for long conversations around meals, as they had no work to rush to or from during this COVID period. Families spending not only their energy, but their essence with each other. And we saw a quietness prevail. It was like many hearts were at peace. And now, will you once again embrace the busyness at hand to drive the economy, and for what or for whom and to what end. We saw many fell in what you use love with the new way of being, the quieter pace, the less stress, and more time with each other. Many people slept for the first time fully in years, and many rested from the constant hamster wheel of activity. And so now you return to the economy. What is it that you choose? To keep up with the Joneses, or to sleep through the night and have a loving exchange with your family, but with less materialism? So what price are you prepared to pay to jump off your merry-go-round? Is the way earthlings have been living sane or insane? Being told to buy what they do not need, just to be chained to a desk in order to pay for more of what they do not need. So, it's a time to reflect. It's a time to plant seeds, literally and figuratively, as to what you and your families now choose. The choices are yours. They've always been there. But one has to lose sometimes in order to gain. We wish you well until next time. So I thought that was great, especially coming after the heartfulness instead of the mindfulness. And this is what they're saying: what's in your heart? And how much do you need? And what have you got that you don't need that you could trade for stuff that you do need? So I hope you enjoy that a little bit and have a super weekend. Lots of love. Cheers.